This has been a vision of SisterSong to figure out how to hold a very intentional space for Black men to come together around these issues. Hearing the conversation and being able to be a witness in the room was a powerful one. It was hard for me not to want to interject or to correct or to insert myself, but I think that that is what it's going to take for us to have these kinds of conversations, is to grapple with the uncomfortable feelings that we have, get mad about some of the stuff that we know ain't right, but figure out how we fix it together. I appreciated you all being vulnerable. I appreciated you not being afraid to say the hard things, like to have Black men talking about abortion very specifically, and saying that was a pretty powerful thing to see and experience. It felt good to hear terms like colonialism and capitalism and patriarchy come to the table. I know that everyone may not be hip to those words all the time, but I think the way that you all talked about it from your own lived experiences really opened up some things. We have a vision of continuing these conversations, making them bigger, right? Bringing them together with Black men and Black women, with Black trans men, Black cis women, Black trans women. It really is going to take all of us figuring out how to have these conversations together and to be stronger together. And you all said yes to the first step, but I'm just curious about how you all feel about continuing this journey with us. And in doing this, what do you feel are some other things that would be important for us to think about as we think about next steps? So I'll start with you, Consciously, and we'll just go around the table really quickly.
I think the conversation can be a little bit more intergenerational.
Okay.
Just hearing Clifton talk a lot about how he's been raised, what he's going through. I think that if we had a few more voices that was also his age and a little bit, I feel like just different ages of Black men specifically. I think also a conversation that's directed towards class. I think that it came out a few times in this conversation about how certain Black women that come from the hood and how certain Black men come from the hood. It's a class analysis, and we're talking about how that impact how we love and how we show up for each other. So I think an intentional conversation about socioeconomic background. And then the last thing I would say is about policy.
Okay.
About policy specifically, centering the conversation around, or having a portion around policy that make it work and break it down. We ain't gotta go, you ain't gotta have a PhD or a master's degree in policy, but understanding if a Black woman go to Planned Parenthood and this, that, and the other happen, what are the policies in Georgia that say that this, you know what I'm saying? But this
because there's so many policies, like 6-week ban that's in place, the abortion bans, what does it mean? People don't know all of that. So absolutely, I totally hear you on that. Yeah. Thank you for that. What you got, brother?
For the first time, sitting there, a gay man, a trans man, and men that I can very much
relate to.
Yes, very parallel. A woman experience-based man, and a man that's experienced overall through experience of age and stuff like that. I think this is the first time I've actually sat down, and it's fun being educated on things that I didn't know, because everybody has a different aspect that he was educating me on certain things. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize, I think a lot of Black men run from these kind of conversations because it seems like it's going to be boring. It's going to be a lot of arguing. They don't know we see the same thing.
Yeah.
I think beyond it possibly should be courses or classes that are had in a fun manner such as this, because we'll be able to stay grounded. And I think as much as we wanted to trust the Black woman and get into the Black woman, I think it almost made us keep going back to self, because we want to learn to love ourselves and learn how to be better men so that we can do what we need to do to stand up to be the men that we need to be for our women. So I feel like those will take classes, and I feel like if there been a way that we could take classes, I'm more than happy to be a part of the underwear. I'm grateful. Oh yeah, I appreciate that.
That's dope.
Deeply appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
For
It
sure.
took a woman to put this together.
Shit, he put it together too. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not entirely sure what to say.
Sure.
Sisters, ladies, aunties, poo, all I'm gonna say is it's gonna take time. It won't get done within this generation. It likely won't get done within the next. But we are advancing. Several generations ago, my grandparents, Arkansas, a lot of people from here, from down south, they seen color water fountains. You told me that your grandparents, I'm pretty sure that you said that they were great-grandparents, they were slaves. So I mean, realistically, we're not that far we're not that far separated.
That's right.
So realistically, it's going to take a little bit of time. We do ask that you extend your grace and patience, even though we are taking a lot from that. But just want to say thank you.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's really it. I mean, it's just going to take time. It's going to come through generations. But for men, for not only women raising their sons, but men who are uncles, grandfathers, you know, put in them honesty, integrity, respect. Because a lot of things that were said were, you know, once you meet that person, you want to give them those principles, but you won't even know how to do those principles.
Yeah.
Do it now. Start at them young. So that's it.
That's fair. Thank you so much for that. What you got?
Well, first and foremost, I'm really grateful to be here, and thank you for asking me to be here. I kind of jumped at the opportunity. Something that I've always wanted to do is community building, and also continuing to learn and advocate for a marginalized community. Social justice is very important to me. So to move forward, I feel like every step of the way, if you need me in any capacity, I'm here. So there's that.
Me too.
And yeah, I want to be part of the work. And I'm also, like, again, grateful to be in a group, in this table, a group full of Black men, to learn from each and every one of your experiences. Oftentimes, I don't get the opportunity to sit in these spaces. So even I was telling Luke, I was unsure. I'm like, why was I even invited here as someone, although, like, I'm talking about identity, and someone, although I identify as a Black man, not always viewed as such because of all these different factors that we can get into at some other time. But it's just like, okay, I had, like, imposter syndrome. I was like, oh, I shouldn't be here. You should get Brian Michael and Teak Milan. Like, they should be the ones that sit in here in my place. But yeah, I just want to continue to be part of this conversation, continue to grow, continue to build. I agree it's not going to happen right away, but I do have faith in our people and humanity that we can definitely move forward and definitely grow.
For sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I want to second everybody that's just spoken consciously. I mean, all those points, policy, things that, because these are things I don't know. You know, these are things that we all should know. These things should be, you know, when I look at the history books, it's so wild how privy everyone was to law all around this country. When you think of, like, the 70s and 60s, like, the youth knew about things, you know, and it's I feel like we've become disconnected from that information, from listening to someone who knows. Well, I think there's been a fear put on listening to someone who knows more than you, and sitting in that uncomfortability that I don't know anything. So I got to just sit here with not knowing something, and it takes time, and so I second him with all of bringing more people from different backgrounds, because we all, you know, our upbringings are so different. Our lingo is different. Some things are taboo that aren't taboo anymore. You know, so it's a lot. So for me, I'm just grateful to be able to lend my body to this movement, because, you know, I'm here because of my mother and the things that she did for me. I'm here because of my biological mother, for the sacrifice that she made for me to be here. You know, so I want to continue to do this work with all of you, and especially with you, and to continue to grow and to be an example of a person, a man who I promise I don't know everything. So I'm just here to listen and learn.
Come on, somebody.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
First, thank you. You know what I mean? Like, why am I here? Because you called, and I trust you. You know, what more? You know, it's incremental. What I do think it would be a cool idea, considering we have so many artists. People are, you know, the bad version of Schoolhouse Rock, but how do we create some kind of creative, educational tool, like kind of piggybacking, you know, like just courses, but like with the information we learn, how can we put this information out, but in a creative way that feels accessible?
That's right.
And I mean, fun. It's hard to say fun when we're talking about this, but it, you know, I don't want to.
Accessible.
Accessible is the word. Accessible is the word. Engaging.
It's a good one.
In order for the purposes of outreach.
Absolutely.
And I think that'll help a lot of us be able to be more contributory, and as well as expressive.
Absolutely. Thank you. I appreciate you. What you got, brother?
I don't know how I feel right now. I don't feel like I want to come back, only because I think we got to take what he said. We got to get some different generations in here, because the shit y'all think ain't the shit that's really happening. And I just figured it out. Science is full of shit. but some science is real. Like the brain is real. So you're struggling with monogamy, it's dopamine. Go look it up. You can Google it right now. It's in the center. When I was a kid, you had a drug problem, they stick a needle in your brain and take out some of your dopamine, takes out your cravings. But I think what I would like to say is I think we should stay open.
Yeah.
We should, because back in my day, ain't no gay niggas in here, ain't no trans men. The motherfuckers didn't even shake hands. Like it wasn't no hugging.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing is, it ain't personal. Some of the shit that I talked about, I'm going through for real.
Yeah.
It's almost cost me my life.
That's
So nobody can't tell me what I went
We're
through.
grateful you're here, brother.
But I didn't know what I was walking into. I'm not sure I can do this anymore. So I got to go home and process my information. But what I want to say is, I used to be work for NYU's creative arts team when we went into prisons and we did conflict resolution workshops. My background is therapeutic and guerrilla therapeutic theater and all kinds of psychodrama. This needs to be taken around the country to schools, curriculum, and I'll talk to you about that, but I think we should take a hint here. I think we need to bring the women next, all types, even some white women. Now, okay, but I'm just saying, maybe some white women who date black men. I don't know. I'm not, no, guys. I don't think. This is what I'm gonna say. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop, bro.
My bad.
Every time I say something, this motherfucker go, You gotta stay open-minded, bro. Yeah, but if we gonna have a round table, you know what the fuck a round table is? It's a round table of
You
different.
just call us motherfuckers
No, every time I say something, you go, But bro, I'm not saying what we gotta have. I'm saying stay. Hold on, no. Stay open.
Stay open. That is your point.
I'm just saying, man, we all come from different, that's what I've picked up, and I'm gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
When you get to this age, you have so much shit inside of your brain.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if none of y'all like me. I don't really give a fuck. I don't know you. I want you to, but I don't give a fuck. Because it ain't about us liking each other. It's about being able, that's why we going through this shit in this country. The MAGAs don't give a fuck about you. They racist. Nigga, you a nigga. Period. And when you're a famous nigga, don't mean shit. If you famous and you ain't Denzel, nigga, you still a nigga. So I think we gotta, if we're gonna do a round table, if I'm gonna come back, I want it to be some guidelines where we stay open-minded and agree to disagree, but it don't, because that almost got scary for me.
But
just for me.
It's inevitable.
Just for me. But it's gotta be controlled. Because if we stay open-minded, then we can grow. The theme is to trust black women. So let me wrap it up. I think we need to get the grandmothers in here. I think maybe part 4 is the grandmothers, the uncles, the family members who've been molested and talk. It's a lot of shit.
It's a lot.
That this can go on for years and then design a curriculum if you really want to fuck around with it. Because I was a counselor, because I want to be a bus driver. Never, worst actor that ever fucking acted. And I became a counselor. No, I was the worst actor in the history of acting. Okay, listen, we can design this to take into the high schools, not the high schools, the elementary, junior highs, because I decided if I was gonna be a counselor, I was gonna work with the young kids. Because once you get 18, you stop listening. Because we can change this patriarchal thing if we start with the young people.
I got you.
And I end like that.
That's amazing. What you got, Kendrick?
I mean, I thought it was, well, I just want to make sure the questions is what we got out of it and where we going, right? I thought it was super powerful. I actually, funny enough, different than y'all, I'm like, I sat here and was like, shit, maybe it could be in our generation. Because
what's in your generation?
The shift that we need to build true power.
You mean your generation?
My generation.
Okay.
You know that while I'm alive, I could see the product of the work to shift that power in the right direction and center black women in that strategy, in that power building. I saw the differences. I mean, I've been in too many, we've been talking about getting black men like this together and having these conversations for a while. And I've imagined how it will go. with all types of different dynamics, like different people from different backgrounds, different black men from different backgrounds. And you know, I'm thinking about the people that I grew up with. I grew up with there's a lot of hood, a lot of country, you know what I'm saying? People from super violent backgrounds, people who are violent, you know what I'm saying? And learning what the root cause of that is, and that this is part of it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Having those heated debates, conversations, getting the emotions out, understanding what we do with it, how we translate that into power building, and how seeing this conversation made me believe that that's possible. Seeing people talk through from all of our different experiences, talk through the words that we process differently, how we interpret shit differently, and how we should be. You know what I'm saying? And thinking about that and what perspective isn't here and what we don't know and where we can get it from, I think is super powerful. I mean, that's that. And so for me, I just want to keep doing this shit. I'm like, really, I'm like, I want to talk to, especially, you know, I'll be real with you. I ain't that young. So with the young folks now that are coming up in this situation with AI and all types of shit, they are dealing with a completely different understanding and still dealing with the trauma that we put on them. You know what I'm saying? And the generations that we did before. So I want to see young folks talk about this shit. I want to see our generation talk out this shit. I love the intergenerational thing, but I'm telling you, like, I want to see like, just to be real, I want to see the niggas that I grew up with.
Yeah.
And with all the shit that they have been through, that they've done, that they talk about, that influence how they make decisions, because that was the most important thing to me, was understanding how y'all make decisions and what informed that from y'all parents, from y'all. Understanding that and seeing them talk it out would be the most powerful thing to me. That make me walk around the streets like I know this shit could happen.
And bring in an audience
today. You know what I'm saying? Within my lifetime.
And bring in an audience.
I mean, that could also help too.
At some point.
I totally feel you on that.
Yeah,
to get the feedback. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Feedback, include, that's how they do the comedy. Like when you see the shows, when you have the comedian warm up the audience, this is a round table in the round with people listening. We have a question. I mean, at some point, it can get that big.
Absolutely.
I agree.
That's the goal, right? And it feels really good to hear that you all are committed to that and that you're thinking about what's possible with that and what we can continue to do to build and grow this table in a way that everybody can see themselves reflected at it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited about that. Again, we are very grateful for you all, for this step that you laid down today, this foundation that was set. And I do think it makes sense for you all to continue to hold this and for us to be support, you know, on the periphery of that and holding this in the ways that we can. But I think that what I heard from this table is that there is a commitment for people wanting to see this grow, that there is a commitment that folks think that this is something worth creating some level of classes, courses, ways of entry for Black men of all different experiences and all different backgrounds to come into this conversation, and that the majority of you are down to stay with us in this process as we move through it. And some of you may need some time to figure out how you want to stay involved in that, and that is also really, really, really okay.
Thank you.
So we are grateful for you all. Thank you again for laying this foundation, and thank you all for trusting this Black woman and the Black women who else made this possible. I do not do this by myself. It is an incredible team at SisterSong that does all of this. It is just not me. They are brilliant people, and I'm grateful that they're on Team SisterSong. So I want to give love and props to them, the ones who are in this room and the ones who aren't, because we have staff in other states. We have people who are very committed to this, right? And so I want to give love to the entire team of SisterSong that makes this possible. But thank you for trusting this Black woman today. All right? Thank you. Peace, y'all.
Take care.